At least 9 people have been killed in clashes between Kurdish protesters and police in Turkey, reports say. They are unhappy at perceived Turkish inaction in defending the predominantly Kurdish town of Kobane in Syria from an attack by Islamic State militants. Curfews were imposed in several predominantly Kurdish cities in southern Turkey after the unrest. Turkish Prime Minister Yalcin Akdogan said that Turkey was doing whatever can be done for Kobane. He said that it was a massive lie that his country had done nothing for the town's inhabitants. Turkish troops and tanks have lined the border but have not crossed into Syria. Fresh US-led airstrikes have tried to repel IS, but Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan warned Kobane was about to fall. At least 400 people have died in 3 weeks of fighting for Kobane, monitors say, and 160,000 Syrians have fled. If IS captures Kobane, its jihadists will control a long stretch of the Syrian-Turkish border. Analysis, BBC's Mark Lowen in Istanbul. The crisis in Kobane is reawakening the ghosts of the civil war between Turkey and the Kurds. While Islamic State tightens its grip on Kobane, Turkey is still holding fire on deploying troops. It remains reluctant to help the Kurdish militia in Syria, which has close links with Kurdish fighters here. And the Turkish government has again called for the US-led coalition to target the Assad regime as well as IS, and for a no-fly zone to ease the refugee influx into Turkey. But neither goal seems within reach, the US State Department reiterating that the airstrikes remained focused on IS alone. The Kurds say Turkey's failure to act will lead to the fall of Kobane. Line. Police used tear gas and water cannon as unrest spread to at least 6 cities. At least 5 people were reportedly killed in the town of Diyarbakir alone. One 25-year-old protester was killed in the eastern province of Mus. The authorities in the southern province of Mardin declared a curfew in 6 districts, and a group of Turkish nationalists surrounded a building in Istanbul which Kurds had occupied. The Kurdistan Workers' Party, PKK, the biggest Kurdish party in Turkey, called for members and supporters to take to the streets to protest against the IS offensive. The PKK is seen as a terrorist group in Turkey, where decades of armed struggle against the Turkish government for self-determination has left both sides deeply mistrustful of each other. Dozens of demonstrators smashed a glass door and entered the European Parliament, where President Martin Schulz promised to discuss the situation with EU leaders. Hundreds more protesters demonstrated in Berlin and other German cities. Meanwhile, groups of Kurds reportedly intending to cross the Turkish border to head for Kobane were stopped by border police. According to one witness, about 300 Kurds were stopped in the border town of Syria. Last week, Turkey pledged to prevent Kobane from falling to IS, and its parliament authorized military operations against militants in Iraq and Syria. But Kurds have accused Turkey of simply standing by as IS advanced on the Syrian Kurds defending Kobane.